Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Balasubramaniam, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Zoology, Government First Grade College and PG Center, Chintamani. And today, we are going to discuss about the respiratory system in the case of the Unio. Now, this respiratory system is a part of the type study in the phylum Mollusca, and the topic is the respiratory system in the Unio. Respiratory system in Unio. Now, for the purpose of gaseous exchange or aeration, the Unio depends on dissolved oxygen in the surrounding water. Further, the process is accomplished by two structures. Primarily, the gills or the ctenidia. In additional structures are the mantle. Of course, the gills are highly specialized derivatives of the mantle itself. Now, here we observe the gill filaments. Now, these are the gill filaments arranged parallelly to one another, and the closest section of the gill filaments we observe the interlamellar junctions, the ostia, and the chitinous rods. Now, the gills, these lie in the mantle cavity, one on either side of the body, are suspended by the visceral mass and the mantle lobe of their sides. Now, structure of the gills. So, gills are typical eulamellar type. That is, the gill consists of two halves or demibranchs or laminae lying side by side. Now, each laminae is made up of two similar elongated, somewhat rectangular plates called lamellae. Now, this is the interlamellar junction, and this is one structure called lamellae. The narrow cavity between the two lamellae is partitioned by several thin vertical septa, the interlamellar junctions, into number of vertical compartments called water tubes. Further, all water tubes of the laminae open dorsally into common suprabranchial chambers extending above the laminae. Now, further, we discuss about the laminae. Lamina is in fact made up of series of vertical V-shaped rods called gill filaments. The corresponding limbs of the successive V-shaped gill filaments are connected by numerous longitudinal bars of connective tissue called interfilamentary junctions. So, these are the interlamellar junctions. The interfilamentary junctions adjacent to the gill filaments bound microscopic openings called the ostia, through which the mantle cavity communicates with the water tubes of the lamina. Further, each V-shaped gill filaments bears a notch at the angle. The notches of the successive gill filaments line up to form the longitudinal foot groove which runs along the ventral edge of the lamina. Now, clearly we can observe here. Now, this portion is the interlamellar junction and afferent blood vessel and efferent blood vessel. Afferent is supplying the blood vessel, efferent is taking away the blood. Now, this is the deoxygenated blood, and this is the oxygenated blood. Now this is the T-needle axis, descending gill filament, ascending gill filament, and ostia. So in current water, and of course, so this water, when the water enter the unio through the inhalant siphon, so it is meant for one part respiration, the second part also for the collection of the food. Now here, each gills of the unio is composed of mainly connective tissue supported by skeletal of chitinous rods, and entire structures are bounded by epithelium, which is richly ciliated. Now this is one gill filament. Now the cilia are three main types in the gill filaments. Now one is the frontal cilia, lining the external ridge like the face of the filament. Now this is what we call the frontal cilia, lining the external ridge like the face of the filament. Lateral cilia lining the lateral sides, and laterofrontal cilia. This laterofrontal cilia lie on either side between the lateral and frontal cilia. Now, physiology of respiration. Now we know the unio is a filter feeder and traps the planktons by the enlarged sieve-like plates or demibranchs. The water currents enter the mantle cavity through the inhalant siphon and moves upward through the gills to the suprabranchial chamber. Now here you observe this is the inhalant siphon where the water is entering, and this water moves upwards, and here actually we have the gills or the tenidia where there is lot of ostia through which the exchange of gases take place, and after the oxygen is absorbed, the carbon dioxide is released by these gills, and that carbon dioxide is moving upwards along with the water, and it goes out through the exhalant siphon or excurrent siphon. So this is the general plan of the gills in the case of the unio. As the water flows through the infrabranchial chamber and water tubes, the blood flowing through the mantle and gills take up the dissolved oxygen and returns carbon dioxide to it, that is water. Next, further, the outgoing current of the water, in addition to carbon dioxide, carries away the nitrous excretory products as well as fecal matter as well. Now this is the diagram where it shows that there is an incurrent siphon, and this incurrent siphon where the water is entering in this fashion. Now water current is this one, and this is the mantle. Now the water enters, that is, through the infrabranchial chamber, and this water is moving in direction, and is now slowly this water enter the gills. Now in the gills there is exchange of gases, and the gills take up the oxygen and release the carbon dioxide. Now carbon dioxide now along with the water moves through the suprabranchial chamber, and this suprabranchial chamber, along the suprabranchial chamber, this carbon dioxide along with the water moves outside through the excurrent siphon. Now what is happening? So here there is a process of respiration taking place, as well as, so there is a microscopic particles. Food also moves in direction. Now this is a food current. So this food also is taken up by the microscopic plants, taken up by the unio. So the entry of water serves as two main functions. One main function is respiration, second one is the feeding, third one it also eliminates the excretory products. And of course no need to say the gametes are also released through the water. Now summary of the respiratory system of unio. Now tenidae are the chief respiratory organs in unio. Now respiration is met in unio. Gills are primarily the respiratory structures because three criteria are met there. Now the gills are moist, always the tinidia or the gills are moist because always it's bathed with water, and of course highly thin structures and highly vascular. So here this blood pigment is hemocyanin. So this exchange of gases take place. Next, references. So here, invertebrates by Kotpal, invertebrates by Jadan Verma and Ekamanath Iyer, Dami and Descent Prasad. Okay, this is about the respiratory system in the case of the unio. Thank you.